Hello, everyone. Today's devotional reading will be from the Gospel of Mark, chapter 2, verses 23 through 28, where it is written, One Sabbath he was going through the grain fields, and as they made their way, his disciples began to pluck heads of grain. The Pharisees said to him, Look, why are you doing that? Why are they doing what is not lawful on the Sabbath? And he said to them, Have you ever read what David did when he and his companions were hungry and in need of food? He entered the house of God when Abiathar was high priest and ate the bread of the presence, which is not lawful for any but the priest to eat. And he gave some to his companions. Then he said to them, The Sabbath is made for humankind and not humankind for the Sabbath. So the Son of Man is Lord even of the Sabbath. This is the gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, O Christ. Now, the Son of Man is Lord even of the Sabbath. The earliest confession of the church is Jesus is Lord. And this was unique in that it ticked off both the Jews and the Romans. Jesus is Lord. If he's Lord, why did he die at the hands of our enemies? Why did he destroy the Romans and make a Jewish state? Disgraceful. If he's a Jewish Messiah, he failed. That means God fails in the eyes of the Jewish community. Conversely, if you're a Roman Lord, there's only one Lord, and that's Caesar. That's the head, the sovereign, divine head of the Roman Empire. Anything else is blasphemy. It's treason. So the Jews were mad at them, and the Romans were mad at them. And what did the early church say? Oh, well. They didn't care. The Romans were the government, and they obeyed the laws, obviously. They paid their tax, but they didn't really care beyond that. The Jews were, look, you have the scriptures, you know the temple, you know everything these things are pointing to. Why are you sitting there having a temper tantrum? Because when you didn't get what you want. So, they did their best to live in harmony with everyone, but they didn't really care what they thought, because why would they? They knew who the true king was. Jesus is called the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords. And that's not a figurative statement. He's a literal king. He's reigning over everything. As for the United States government, the state of California, this county, this city, please follow the rules, the laws. They're there for a reason. Pay your tax. Don't be some weirdo hoarding weapons training for war with the federal government. That's a waste of everyone's time. It's a waste of your life. At the same time, we know the government is not God. We follow the rules because it's there for a purpose. But the ultimate authority comes from God. And not just in government affairs, civic affairs, absolutely everything in our lives is ruled by God. We're not our own. We answer to a higher authority, the Lord himself. And so that gives us hope. That when we turn on the news and it's clear the government has no idea what it's doing, that frankly the corporations, higher ed, big tech, no one knows what's going on, no one knows what they're doing, we have someone that does. God himself. And he's watching things unfold from on high and is serving his plan. Likewise, we have a healthy amount of fear and respect. We're not free to do as we please. We must give our lives on account to the King and go through why we did what we did. So it's a happy medium. Things aren't meaningless. They have purpose. There's order. And people have a sense of responsibility of, here's what I used, what you gave me. And when we fail, we can ask Christ for forgiveness. Get another shot. All around, it's a win-win situation. Let us close with a prayer. Lord, thank you for being Lord. Help us be confident in your lordship and guide us always. Know that you are the sovereign of sovereigns. That you forgive us and guide us always to you. Amen.